Today I have 5 quick trash to treasure DIY projects. Today's video is part of Third Thursday Thrift Flips for June. It's an open invite hosted by the Rusted Willow, Rustic Chicks Designs, and co-hosted by MB Gray Designs. I'll have their information listed in the description box below as well as the playlist. Be sure to check them out. Project number 1 is inspired by these stoneware teacups. I found these punch bowl cups at a thrift store and I bought 4 of them. I decided to use some tissue paper and painter's tape to tape around the outside because I did not want to paint the outside. I took them outside and gave the inside a coat of flat white spray paint. Once they were dry, I removed the tape and the tissue paper to leave the outside nice and shiny. Now I'm using a gold paint pen to paint along the handles of the teacups. I did find that in some areas it was easier to pounce it on the paper and then use a paintbrush. Next, I used my Silhouette Cameo and my Cricut Joy and I cut out the different types of alcohol that I wanted on the front of these teacups. So I cut out gin, vodka, wine, and whiskey in different fonts. I love the way these turned out without the high price tag, and they're adorable on my wine bar. Project number 2 is inspired by this modern candlestick holder. I found this black candle holder at Goodwill for $2.99 and I decided to take it home, clean it up, and give it a coat of matte black spray paint just to freshen it up. This is a very simple upcycle. And by adding some other candlesticks to the mix, I get a very modern look for an inexpensive price. This is a faux book box that I got at Goodwill for $1.99, and I decided I wanted to try adding a mold to the front. So this is a mold that I got on Etsy, I believe. It's not a flexible mold. I would recommend using flexible molds for this, but I did brush the inside of it with some cornstarch and I'm using some air dry clay. I carefully coaxed the clay out of the mold and it turned out just fine. I attached the mold to the front of the book box using tacky glue and let it dry overnight. The next day I'm going back in with some Waverly chalk paint and sandstone, and this will take about 3 good coats. I only painted the cover of the book. I left the pages the same. I did paint the inside edges of the book cover as well. Once all 3 coats had dried, I mixed together some clear wax and white paint, and now I'm going to be brushing over it just to highlight some of those areas. This project is this tiled wall piece. I did give the top a coat of white Waverly chalk paint just to try to cover up some of that fruit. And I thought I would use gray around the edges, but I didn't like it, so I'm going to paint the wood part black. And then I actually ended up changing the top to plaster. Waverly chalk paint in plaster. Now I'm using some of these rub-on transfers that I got from Etsy, and I'm just placing those on there, and I will remove the backing, and that will pretty much finish this project. I did use a light sandpaper to go over the project so that it would blend in just a little bit more with that paint. And the fifth and final Fast and Fabulous thrift flip for today is this summer orange display. These are some of the orange stems from Dollar Tree, and I ended up cutting them down shorter because I'm going to use them in a vintage Florida mug. I simply added in some floral foam and then the orange stems, and this project is complete. I hope today's video has inspired you to create your own quick and easy trash to treasure DIY projects. Thanks again to Tammy, Elizabeth, and Mary Beth for hosting today's video, and don't forget to check them out. They do some incredible things on their channels. And don't forget to check out the playlist. You'll find lots of inspiration there. Just a reminder that you can not only find me here on YouTube, but also on Instagram at The Chic Show DIY. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to share the chic. Bye now.